Okay, this is also problem 4.8, problem B. And so again, we're going to solve this two different ways, starting with the rewriting and then solving it by undoing. So if we're rewriting, again, as a reminder, we're remembering that idea of PEMDAS or GEMDAS, with P or G being a grouping symbol. And so when we look at this, we look to see, first of all, if there's anything we can do inside the parentheses or the grouping symbols. And a square root is a grouping symbol. And so I can't simplify m plus 1, and I can't add together a square root and a minus 3. So there's nothing I can do in the parentheses. There are no exponents in this that we can see. We could write the square root as an exponent, but we won't go there. But when we look at multiplying, we are multiplying. So we have 7 times the square root of m plus 1 times minus 3. So we can distribute that 7. To rewrite the equation. There's not much else we can do as far as rewriting here, but I can now, I guess, start undoing. So trying to get the m by itself. And so in that case, I'm going to add 21 to both sides. So I have 7 times the square root of m plus 1 equals 42. That's a 1. Whoa. And then I have multiplication happening here, 7 times the square root. So to undo that, I'm going to divide by 7. So then I get 6 equals the square root of m plus 1. And then I have a square root symbol happening, which is similar to an exponent. And the way to undo a square root is to square it. So I'm going to square this side. I'm going to square this side. The square root and the square cancel each other out. So we have m plus 1 equals 6 squared, which is 36. And then I can just subtract 1 from both sides to see that m equals 35. One way to solve it. A second way would be to start right away with undoing. So that's that idea of PEMDAS backwards, which is actually SADMAP or SADMEG. And so I look for any adding or subtracting that I can undo, which I can't. Then I look for any multiplying or dividing that I can undo. This whole side is being multiplied by 7, so I can divide the whole side by 7 as long as I do the same thing on both sides. 7 divided by 7 is 1, so we're left with the square root of m plus 1 minus 3 equals 3. And then, now that I've done that division, I actually have an addition and subtraction problem that I can do something with. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So I get square root of m plus 1 equals 6, and then we're left with the same problem that we had on the previous slide, where we're going to square both sides to undo that square root. We're going to get m plus 1 equals 36. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides and get m equals 35. So two different ways to start that problem. You end with the same result. M should equal 35.